you do this weekend?
What did I
Go
do?
kayaking, go to the beach,
Let's see.
fun stuff.
I was in Birmingham.
That was dangerous.
We went to Fancy's on 5th.
You can post one.
Get close.
I just
John.
Good morning, Decatur, and happy first week of school for our students, teachers, and all of our educational staff. I know this is an exciting week across the city. I'd like to welcome with us today our guest. We have with us from the Alabama Department of Public Health, Administrator of the Northern District, Judy Smith. Judy, it's good to have you back with us today.
Thank you.
And then someone that we haven't seen in a couple of weeks, Chairman Long, we've missed you. Good to have you back.
We're glad to be back with you, Mayor.
Yes, sir. Appreciate your leadership. So just a few updates. Current Morgan County COVID-19 cases are at 2393. That's 2,393 cases. That's less than a 10% increase. So we can look at the positive test, and the line is going down. It's beginning to go in a favorable way. So let's keep up the momentum. Keep it going. Know that while we're heading in the right direction with our local case numbers, we must continue to social distance, wear a mask, wash our hands, and disinfect. We have to do these simple tasks to keep ourselves well, keep our families healthy, and sustain our local economy. Know that City Hall remains open. If you would, please reach out to the department that you need to do business with and touch base with them. A lot of times we can take care of your business by phone or email and save you a trip here to City Hall. Also, if you haven't completed your census, please do so by going to my2020census.gov. That's my2020census.gov and complete your census. Had a wonderful time this weekend. Chief Allen, Mayor Battle, City Administrator John Hamilton of Huntsville came over to help us welcome our new 142nd Brigade for the National Guard military police that will be housed here in Decatur. 1,000-member brigade, and we're just thankful that they selected Decatur to call home, and we're thankful for our friends in Huntsville that came over to celebrate this special time with us. Also want to encourage you to still visit those in your neighborhood, check on them daily, give special attention to our senior citizens. And so with that, now, Chairman Long, how are things at the courthouse?
Everything's going great. Just left, no lines. People seem like they kind of taking advantage of the online process more and more. When I left, there was nobody in line at all outside, and that's always a good thing to see because the temperature is going up. But everything's going good. Like I said, we're still passing out masks at the door. We have, since the governor mandated everybody wear them, we probably only giving out probably 10 or 15 a day. So people are really catching on to that. It's something about suggesting that you do it and then being told to do it. People just seem to do it whether they like it or not. And of course, I think that's an indicator of why the numbers are dropping like they are. People that's getting on board. You know, a lot of that stuff we're supposed to be doing anyway. We're supposed to be keeping our hands clean and all that stuff anyway. So, but the mask, I think it's showing that it's making a difference as people doing it. But we have people that we're passing out, making sure everybody that comes in the courthouse has an opportunity to have a mask. And like I say, about 90% of them already have their masks, and that's good. Everything out in the county is good. The parks, people are using it wisely. We're really not using our bleachers. I don't know how y'all doing in the city. We're letting people bring their own chairs so they can spread out and just all of this stuff that's just changes that we have to do to get by right now. And people are catching on to it and cooperating. And I think you're going to see the numbers continue to get better here because everybody's on the same page. Everybody's got to be for us to whip this thing and to get it in the perspective where we want it to be. And I think more people are catching on, deciding, look, I want to be a part of it, and let's bring those numbers down. And of course, I know Judy will tell us more about that in a few minutes, but everything in the county is good. Like I say, proud to be back with you, Mayor. Y'all do a great job here, and Judy, y'all doing a great job. I appreciate what you're doing for the county. So if we can help you at the courthouse, don't hesitate to call us.
Chairman Long, you've told me that as long as it doesn't involve money.
Yeah, as long as it don't involve money, but we don't have a lot of money right now. We're going through budget like everybody else. I would like to mention, though, you did touch on the census a few minutes ago. Morgan County is still in 4th place in the county, but that's still, that's not good enough. We need to be in first, and we're averaging about 68% on our census here in Morgan County, but
That's self-reporting.
That's self-reported, and you know, if we ended right now, I was in a meeting the other day with Mr. Boswell from the ADECA, and if we ended today, we would lose a congressional seat. And so that's not good. That's not good for Morgan County. It's not good for Alabama. So we have really gotta push this census. You know, that ends September the 30th is the cutoff date that they've established there for us. So we really need to push it. We can't stop at 68%. We've got to do better than that. We don't want to lose a congressional seat. We need all the representation we can have in D.C. But not just representation, but the millions and billions of dollars that comes into the state because of the numbers that we have. And so we really need to push that these next few months.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. Ms. Judy, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What? They've canceled practice. They've probably canceled it for 2 weeks. What happened? Well, some of the kids had the virus, and now they've got to make a bunch more of them get tested. And if they're positive too, they're probably going to close the practice down for at least 2 weeks. You know, we may even lose the whole season. Oh, son, I am so sorry. I know this is tough. Mom, you don't understand. This is my last year to get to play ball. I mean, this is it. This is what I get to do. And what about my scholarship? You know, they were coming to watch me. What will we do if I don't get the scholarship? I don't know, son, but we'll work on it. We will work on it. So, Mom, what are you doing bringing the bag back? I thought you were using the bag to go on your trip. There is no trip. The trip got canceled, got killed by a virus. There is no trip. You know, I'm just so disgusted. You know, I know it seems selfish, and I know that you young people think we're selfish, but you know us old folks, we don't have a lot of time left. We've only got the time that we've got. And, you know, once we retired, there was only 2 things we could do. One of them was go to the doctor, and the other one was to go on trips, and now the trips are gone. You know, we can't even do that. And quite honestly, the doctor doesn't even want to see us. I want to see how they draw blood by Zoom. Mom, I'm so sorry. I know that trip meant a lot to you, and I really am so sorry. So what are you going to do? I'm going to go home and read my Bible. I'm just going to go. The Lord and I just got some things we've got to discuss, because by gosh, it's about time for him to get this thing straightened out, and we're going to get it fixed. Now, Mom, don't you think that maybe he thinks we're kind of in on this too? Well, he may think that, but let me just tell you, it's time for COVID to let my people go, and I'm going to talk to him about it. So, Ms. Smith, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to let you know that I'm not going to be able to work anymore. I'm going to have to take a leave of absence, or I'm going to have to go home. Why, Susie? You can't go home. You're the most important, one of the most important nurses we've got. If you're our ICU lead. You're the lead on our vents. You're the lead on so much of what we do. You can't go home. Yeah, but the kids are. I just can't work all day and then go home and help my children with their homework at night. I just am not where I can do that, and I am so sorry. Susie, I understand. Now, I will tell you, it's devastating for our hospital. It's devastating, and I'm not trying to put a guilt trip on you, but I do understand. Mary, I need to tell you something. They've cut back on work, and we're having to. I'm being furloughed. You know, there just wasn't enough people coming in. There just wasn't enough. John, what are we going to do? We're struggling with the mortgage right now. What are we going to do? I'm going to get out. I'm going to hunt a job. You know, I'm going to work it out. I really am going to work it out. We'll make this work. There are things out there. We won't make as much as we do right now, but we'll work it out. Mom, they're canceling school. We're going to do nothing but go strictly virtual. This is the way it is. We can't do that. You know, honey, it's okay. We'll work it out. You know, those teachers are putting a lot of effort in it. Mama, it's just, you know I don't do well doing this, and you also know I've got to finish my project if I'm going to get into MIT. And, you know, I've just got to do it. Honey, I'm going to come home at night, and I'm going to help you. Mom, I love you, but you know what? You don't know the difference in a multiplication table and a periodic table, and you're just not going to work out like that. So, folks, all around our city, all around our state, these conversations are going on everywhere. This is where we are. This is where we're going to this is what we've got to save ourselves from. They are our people. We are all in this together. And as your two leaders have already told you today, the numbers are, I have no idea because I just threw them down with all my other props. Right now, we are 5 months into this. As of Thursday, the 13th, we will be 5 months from when we had our first cases in Alabama. By the time we hit that 5 months, we are going to be over 100,000 cases in this state. That is huge. We're probably going to be close to 1,800 deaths. Now, right now, we're at 1,707. Now, the good news, as your leaders have told you here this morning, is things are better in Morgan County. Things are better in Decatur. And quite honestly, the percentage of cases in the last 14 days is 18% in this county. Whereas in the state, it's much more than that, so things are getting better. But I want to go back to my helmet here. You know, when Nick Saban is running a football game, when he gets into the third or fourth quarter, he doesn't say, you know, things were tough, and they were losing the first two quarters, and things were just doing tough. And so finally, things are getting better. Things are a little bit better. But, you know, that's not when he goes back and puts the third string in. That's when he says, guys, we're getting there. Let's push harder. Let's do what we need to do. You know, as parents, we do exactly the same thing every day in life. When our kids conquer one goal, we don't stop at that point. We keep pushing to get to where the goals are that we need to go. We've got to take care of our city. We've got to take care of our county. We've got to keep this thing going. We're just now looking a little better. You don't stop pedaling the bike when you're going downhill. You put the brakes on, and which is what we need to do, but you don't stop pedaling when you've got a journey to go on. You got to keep going. And if we don't, listen, we're in this for the long haul. We don't have a vaccine yet. The vaccine probably, even when the vaccine comes, we've got to be sure that it's efficient. We've got to be sure that it's effective. We've also got to be sure that it's available to everybody that needs it. So we got to keep going. You got to keep pedaling the bike. You've got to keep playing with the first team. We've got to keep doing what we need to do. And I remind you of the MDS, mask, distance, and sanitize. Please, let's keep it up. Now, I also want to build on something that your leaders have also said. Please, please complete your census. You know, somebody told me that, you know, Mary and Joseph went all the way to Bethlehem to do their census. Surely to goodness we can go on online stuff or fill out a piece of paper to get ours done. Even public health, along with many of your community things, is going to struggle if we don't have people slotted in this census. We will lose money to provide care to the citizens of this city and of this county and to this state. We have, please, I encourage you, as they have said, please do your census. Again, we need, if we're not all in it together, we'll all be in it when we hang. So thank you so much. Thank you for letting me come.
Judy, thank you, always. Amy, do we have any questions? Okay, very good. So our next press conference will be Monday, August the 17th, a different time. We'll meet at 1 o'clock, and we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much.
Okay, y'all can take me off here now. Thank you. Oh, my new